He is one of our most successful musicians, and Craig David, well, he certainly is back. Craig joins me now, and that last song is the single that's doing so well.
Yeah.
It's your spin on a song that we all know.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote the song like about a year ago.
Yeah?
And I didn't have that chorus at first. And as I was walking out the studio, that came into my head, and I was like, let me just put the vocal down, live with it for a moment.
Uh-huh.
And every time I came back to the song, that chorus just seemed to just land the context of what I was saying in it. And it's so wholesome, because I feel like it means a lot to a lot of people.
It really does. And we know it, and instantly, that was the thing, as soon as I heard that song, you're right there. You know, because I think we all remember it from school, and I love the fact that in the video, there's the young you.
I know. That was like little Ethan.
He's so
cute. Such a good boy. And when we met each other, it was like I felt like I'd gone into a time machine.
Really?
Yeah, because
you were looking at yourself.
Yeah, like he was saying how excited he was about. I was like, what would you say to your 12-year-old self or 13-year-old self? And I was like, well, I'd say don't change anything, because it will land you where you are.
Absolutely.
And he was like, I just love being here. I'm like living in the moment. And I was like, wow, living in the moment. So like, the inner child, the child is like, be present, enjoy every moment.
Exactly.
And I'm saying don't change it. So it was just a really beautiful juxtaposition.
Oh, it's lovely. It's that thing, but kids do that, don't they? They live in the now.
Yeah.
They're just enjoying everything that's going on, and we could learn an awful lot from that, I think.
You must have that with Billy, right? When you look in Billy's eyes, and she's just like...
She looks right into my soul.
There you go.
It's so wonderful.
It brings out the child in all of us, which I think
it really does. It's just utterly joyful. Now, look, I'll bring Billy with ear defenders, because it might be quite loud, but you're back on tour.
Yes.
That's all happening. It's
all
brilliant.
Happening.
When does that all kick off?
So it starts in February 2025, and it's going to be the first time, probably maybe the only time, that I'm going to bring my TS5 set, which you've come to in Marbella.
Yes,
we've raved out together.
Not to have a small sherry that night.
Oh, yeah. Rosie was in good form. It was a great night.
It was brilliant.
And to bring that TS5 set into the full band, but have it where I can mix out of a song into maybe, I don't know, say Fill Me In, into acoustic guitar.
Right.
But then mix back into my DJ set from the acoustic guitar. So it's a fully immersive experience.
Brilliant.
Yeah, rather than it being like two different halves of a set.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be really exciting for me. So to be back out and up and down the country performing, and when I just listen to 7 days there, it's like the gift that keeps giving. When you hear that and just sing walking away.
It's beautiful. The songs are amazing. I mean, I listen to them all the time, especially when I'm out for a walk with Angus. And if I'm ever feeling I need a little boost, then we put that on. That is
How is Angus, by the way?
Sure. Angus is fine. He's doing very, very well.
Good.
He's very happy. And he's very silly, but he's lovely.
That's what we
Now, look, can I say that you're a bit like Willy Wonka in that you distribute chocolate bars?
I do distribute them.
To everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, it's... oh my God!
Do you know the funny thing?
What have you done?
We don't... I mean, wow.
Don't ever get that hairstyle.
Wow. But in the What's Your Flavour video, that's actually, if you go back to that video, I did the whole Willy Wonka sketch in that.
You did?
So I was actually playing Willy Wonka in it because my first album, Born to Do It, the title came from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So it's when the boy runs into the candy shop, he says, how does he do it? And the Candyman says, do you ask a bird how it flies? He says, no. Do you ask a fish how it swims? He says, no. He says, no, sirree, you don't. They do it because they were born to do it. That was the moment where it landed for me.
Right.
And Charlie, with this whole journey of giving back the everlasting gobstopper and making the right decision. And so it's always been in my heart from a young child. That album changed my life. So when I give chocolate out, it's like I see the child in people. I had an accountant come to my house who was all tight, very like, the tie was so tight, restricting the throat, telling me about some affairs.
Yeah.
And I put a bowl of chocolate in front of him, big bowls, mounds of these little chocolate limballs. And for a moment, when he reached out, I saw his eyes just open up wide, and I saw the kid in him for a moment, just before, and then he caught himself and he sort of tie back up. And
that's brilliant.
And I just love that in people. I think the more you can bring that out.
So that really basically is how to make the world a better place. Just carry around lots of chocolate and give it out to
Sweetness, free, fun.
I like it. Now, look, there you are sitting there looking utterly pristine.
Thank you.
The shoes, the trainers are perfect. You have a thing about this, don't you? Because you did a concert one time looking down at your feet because you weren't happy with your trainers.
Well, yeah, I mean...
They got scuffed.
They did get scuffed. So as a kid growing up, I'd save up all my pocket money to get that pair of trainers that you were looking for.
Yeah, of course.
Fast forward, my first arena tour, I go on stage and I don't know, I'm just dragging my feet around, and my manager at times looking at me, and he's like, what's the problem here? And I couldn't really say anything until I came off. I was like, well, just scuff the trainers. Like, I mean, I've got 10,000 people in front of me, and I was so concerned about the stitching coming, because it was just, the value of, like, when you saved up all your money as a kid to buy some trainers. True. And at this time, they were giving them out like sweets. But I was just like, there's the value of things. And I think it was a really important lesson to me. That sometimes you can ease back, but value the things you have. I'm glad that it was still there.
Yes, no, I think you're absolutely right. And you always look fantastic. What I really love about you, though, is this thing I always go on about. You never pull up the ladder. You always put your hand out. You help other people. You give advice very quietly, but you give advice to people who want to make it in the music industry. And you really encourage young artists, and you get enthused by that. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, you know what? I genuinely want to see people win. Yeah. Like, that's why our relationships have been so great, because I love seeing you win. I love, like, 40 years of being in the business, and to see that, and to see your journalism and the skills that you have, and to hold this space that's so important to people when they tune in every day. It's things like that when I meet people who are on the come up. Yeah. I love to just, if they ask for some advice, I'm there to give.
Sure, of course.
But to be an example of that, because it gets to a point when it needs to be more than just how many records have you sold, what chart position are you? Yeah. Are you actually helping the greater good in some way? So, yeah, it's just, when you find that sweet spot, everything becomes really magical.
You're right. You know? You're so right. What a joy you are. The new single In Your Hands is out now. It's doing incredibly well. And the tour, it's called Commitment, isn't it?
Commitment Tour, in February 2025.
In February, we'll be there. Mum, Rosie, me, Billy, all there dancing.
I can't wait to meet you.
Thank you so much.